We're going to play a game today. We are going to play a game today that brings to life this idea that the best way to create and keep 1,000 true fans is by elevating your art into an experience. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I recommend you go watch last week's video first and then come back here, but also be a rebel. Stick around. We are playing a game, so it's fun. Anyone can drop in. The 1,000 true fan theory is a theory that was introduced, presented, offered by Kevin Kelly in 2006. And essentially, he offers that having 1,000 true fans that are each investing $100 a year into your business as a creative, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, allows you to then make $100,000 a year or achieve sustainability, right? Those numbers are all flexible, they're all variable, they are intended as guideposts and not strict rules, simply something to help you direct your energy and efforts, which as a visionary artiste, a creative multi-passionate is imperative. It's a necessity, right? So in that video, I break it all down. I talk about why experiences are so powerful in creating true fans. And I offer 7 ways that you can transform any piece of art into an experience today. It's a good one. Go watch it. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Suarez, and welcome to my channel. In this space, we center and celebrate all things creativity and spirituality, liberated self-expression, and self-actualization, right? This is a space where we honor the creative path back to wholeness, back to the divine. And today, I woke up this morning, I was feeling good, I was watching the sunrise, having my cacao, and I decided to create a game. I decided to create a game to bring this theory, bring this idea that I offered yesterday to life. So I outlined the game for y'all. I love making games. I love making things playable, which was one of the tips in yesterday's video. And yeah, let's do this. Let's get into this. So how this game works is as follows. I have these 5 little groups of little note cards like this. And we have the artistic offering. We have a few different artistic offerings, what it is. We have the constraints, the resources we're working with, time and money. We have the audience we are creating for, what type of audience, size, those kinds of things. And then we have the tool, the approach, how to make it an experience, right? These are the 7 tips that I outlined in yesterday's video. So how this works is I'm going to pick one from each category. We'll start with the art piece, and then we'll start with the audience we're creating for. Then we'll determine, what are our limits, right? Saturn's going to come in. This is the time we've got. This is the money we've got. And then we're going to pick what is the strategy, what is the approach that we are utilizing to make this art an experience. And then we're going to roll the dice to determine what our helpers and hindrances are, right? Because got to add a little zhuzh, a little challenge. So that's pretty much the overview of the game. It's quite simple. It's really a way of sparking the imagination, getting those creative juices flowing, and helping you realize that your art has a lifespan and a way of living and breathing beyond this exact limited moment. And for multi-passionate creatives, this is an amazing way to start thinking about like, okay, maybe the medium we're working with is a book, right? But you are also a musician or you're also a dancer, and experiences are a great way to allow yourself to bring all those parts of you into an offering and start to feel less fragmented, right? Less here and here. I'm compartmentalized. This is something I talked about in my podcast episode with Cheyenne Sapphire. So go watch that one if you're curious about more of that. So let's do this. Let's get into this. I am playing this game that I created this morning for the first time with y'all today. Very anti-game design protocol, but here we go. Let's do it. Alrighty, let's start with round 1. We're going to try to do 3 rounds. The artistic offering is a live performance. Okay, we are working with a live performance. And the audience we are creating for is a virtual. Okay, virtual audience. Cool. The constraints. Let's work with our constraints. We've got, let's pick them at the same time. Weekends are free, so we have some time, and money is no object. This is very helpful. And how we are going to make this into an experience. Okay, we've got take them behind the scenes. Wowie. Okay, so we've got live performance, embodied performance, right? We can think theater, we can think dance, we can think a concert like singing. Many things can be live performance. Live performance with a virtual audience, though, those two words together, it's okay. Money is no object, and we're working on the weekends, right? Weekends are free. That's the time we've got to investing in bringing this to life. And we're going to take them behind the scenes in order to make this an experience. Okay, so now we are going to determine our helpers and hindrances. And full disclosure, for some reason, all morning, these dice and the helpers and hindrances have been putting me through the ringer. So yes, I realize the numbers are not perfect, or like there are gaps and possibilities, but we'll go there if we reach there. So the helpers, right? These are even rolls and doubles. There are more helpers than hindrances because the universe has got your back, baby. We are receiving blessings. Everything good is happening in our favor. And the hindrances are the odd numbers only. So if we roll a 2, we have awesome supportive friends who will work for free. If you roll a 4, your aunt happens to be a mega influencer with great integrity. She has great integrity, so there's no guilt working with her. Number 6, you have access to an awesome venue for free. If you roll double evens, you aren't afraid of asking anyone for anything, right? You have no rejection sensitivity. Awesome. Double odds, you're well established and well regarded in your local community. Rolling a 3 means you have a bad reputation. Ugh. It's baseless, of course, but you have a bad reputation. Number 5, you have a hard time believing that good things can happen to you. And number 7, you hate social media and all things techie. So those are the constraints that we're working with. So let's see what we're working with our particular scenario. Roll. Okay, 5. We've got a 5. This is a hindrance. So we have a hard time believing that good things can happen to us. Okay, so that's not great. We have a hard time believing that good things then can happen to us, and we're sharing a live performance with a virtual audience. We have a lot of money. Money's no object, and the weekends to bring this to life, and we're going to take them behind the scenes. That's how we're going to turn this live performance into an experience. And I realize live performances are often already experiences, but let's think of this as like expanding the lifespan of your live performance, offering and creating true fans out of them, right? So now I have 1 minute to come up with an idea that makes this work. So, okay, let's go. Okay, live performance. So I'm thinking one woman theater show. Okay, so one woman theater show. You got accepted to the Fringe Festival. You're doing your one woman theater show you did your one woman theater show at the festival. There were a bunch of people that were like super into your work, and they were like, wow, this is really, really amazing. We would love to see more of this. So you're inviting them into the writing, the creation, the rehearsal process of your next piece, right? So this is, you're setting up cameras in your house, you're like streaming, you're doing like a live stream of the rehearsal process of bringing your next one woman show to life. Yeah, so you're taking them behind the scenes. Money's no object, so obviously you have the hottest cameras set up in this space. Your weekends are free, so you're filming just on the weekends, and you're bringing people into that creative process. These are people that already saw your one woman show. So this is how to make them true fans. And it's virtual because it's all on stream. Okay, we did it. I actually think that would be a great idea. I would love to see some of my top performers like rehearsal processes and how they get into it. Yeah. Okay, we love. Okay, next round. We're going to put time and money back, but the rest we're going to leave them out just to make sure that we get a good variety for all of these. So our next piece of art. Okay, here we go. Bam. It's a literary launch. We're working with the literary word. Okay. Our audience is, whoopsie, bam, live. It's a live audience. Okie dokie. We are working with, this is actually so fun. There's some savings. Okay, so there's some savings. Cool. And time, weekends are free again. So the tool, how we are going to elevate this art into an experience to then lead us to cultivating those true fans is by engaging the senses. Ooh, okay. Exciting. Already my mind went to like cookbook, perfume, the book Perfume, or the movie if that's what you saw. Okay, awesome. So let's see what we're working with. Come on. Ah, god damn it. Another odd 7. Okay. You hate social media and most things techie. Okay, we can work with that. So let's get into this. Next time, I'm definitely going to give myself more time. The 1 minute is stressful. She's stressed. Whew, okay, let me just remind myself what we're doing. Literary launch. We are engaging the senses. Our weekends are free. There's some savings and we're doing this live. Okay, amazing. So cool. Where is my timer? Okay, so you went on a solo backpacking trip around the world for a year. And in every city that you were in, you wrote a poem about that city. So now you put that all together in a book, you released the book, it did really, really well. And so now you're going on tour with this book. You're going on tour and you have all these tour stops, and the tour stops are in those original cities that you wrote these poems in. And weekends are free. So you're traveling, let's say 1 weekend every other month or something like that. And you are engaging the senses by bringing in diffusers and scents and really creating a scentscape for people as they walk in. But also there's like food pairings and drink pairings, and there's like sensory items that you can touch as you're listening to the poems, like different, like I'm imagining like wooden boards, like MDF board with like something stapled, and it's like different textures for each city or for each chair that allows someone to like really engage the senses and become a part of the experience. Yeah, I feel like that one could use more work, and I went over it, but I see it. I also actually am realizing that one of my friends released a poetry book and the chapters are divided by cities because she was traveling. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if that was like in my subconscious. So one more. I wonder if this is only fun and interesting for me. Like, I wonder if other people are into this. I hope you are. If you're watching this far, I trust that you are. You should probably subscribe also if you've watched this far. Okay, so, oh my God, an educational creation, right? Maybe a course, a program, a certification program, an educational YouTube channel. And we are sharing this, our audience constraints, family and or friends. Ooh, okay, that's challenging with educational. And the timer. We have plenty of time. Cool. And we're strapped for cash. Time rich, cash poor. All right. Time is the only limited resource, so that's not so bad. Okay, we're creating an educational, where we brought to life an educational creation. Our target audience right now, we're sharing with family and or friends. I was going to say maybe your family and friends are already your true fans, but that might not be true for everyone. You've got plenty of time and we're strapped for cash. Why do I feel like, oh, I am missing one. And the tool we're going to use to make this an experience is bring them together. Gatherings, creating community, which already makes sense for friends and family. So let's roll the dice and see what we are working with. 6. Okay. Whew. Even for once. We have access to an awesome venue for free. Okay, that's amazing because we're strapped for cash. Wow, okay. This one's interesting. I guess because I'm having my own mind block of like friends and family are already true fans, but there are ways of working with this. So, okay, an educational creation. Last year, you created a course on gardening in your backyard. Created a course on gardening in your backyard. It did super duper well. And so now you are elevating this into an experience by bringing all of your family and friends together at this gorgeous venue, right? This restaurant with a really beautiful garden. You're immersed in the garden and you're bringing your friends and family. You're asking everyone to bring dishes. It's a potluck from food that they made in their garden. And so everyone's bringing food that they made in their garden from techniques that they learned in your course. And what you're doing is you're filming, you're creating like a video documentary of this experience. I'm thinking kind of like Chef's Table to then share with your larger audience. And it's like friends and family, home cooked recipes, recipes of the home, of the heart, made through techniques in my course that we're now sharing with our larger world. So this is a great way of like bringing your friends and family together, but also bringing your community into your friends and family. Maybe your love of gardening. I know I'm past the time. It's okay. We're ignoring it. Maybe your friends and family, your love of gardening was instilled in you from your grandmother. So you're creating like, you're elevating the brand story around it, right? And so in this edition, you're creating a video documentary style, like Chef's Table style. And then in the next edition, you're going to release tickets for people to attend and try some of these dishes or to participate in pop-up global potlucks on their own that you organize through the Discord community. You don't have to even be there, but through techniques that they learned in your gardening book course. Okay, cool. I really like that one. I really like that one. All right. I am going to wrap that up for now, that round of the game. I do want to do maybe one round without the time pressure and with a few different options to really anchor this in for all of you. But I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a great way to also bring in divination and your oracular nature into your creative process, right? Because you could set this game up for yourself, really ground in, channel the spirits, call in the muses, and pull these cards to then inspire you to how are you going to elevate your art into an experience. It's a great way to just, I don't know, play with friends, get to know people, get to know what and how someone wants to share themselves with the world, which is one of my favorite things. Yeah. So let's slow it down for just a moment. And I'm going to put these, most of them away. And we're going to do a slow one with a few different options just so we could see what this would look like. So festival worthy film. Okay, cool. The thing that we're sharing, the art that we're sharing is a festival worthy film. Let's say that a year ago, 2 years ago, you made this incredible short film with friends. A year ago, it got into a bunch of festivals. You did your festival tour, and now you are gearing up. You're preparing to start shooting your next short film. And you know that in order to do that, you're going to need a bigger fundraiser. You're going to need an audience. You're hoping to get into bigger festivals. So you want to draw on the people, the community, the audience of your past short film and use them, transform them into true fans so that they can support you in your current creative process for the next one. Cool. Let's say that's what we're working with. And the audience that we're going to be creating this experience for is an intimate audience. Immediately my mind went to like so far sounds kind of a thing. An intimate audience. And I'm going to leave the resources out for this one just because that can change so frequently. And we're going to pick 3 different how to make art into an experience tool. This is what we're working with. Make it playable. So something you could do to make it playable is you could take the original script, the original plot line of your film, the film that already has all of these fans and this community around it, and you could turn it into a live action role play, right? Like maybe you take out the most polarizing, the most contentious scene, right? When the protagonist made that decision that a lot of people are like, no, would they make that decision? And you create an entire live action role play around that scene. And then what you do is you find a venue. This could be a basement, this could be a public park. You find a venue and you put a call out on all of your socials, on your email list, on the people, the place where you know to get the people that really enjoyed that first film as you're preparing for the second film. And you bring them all together. You limit it to like 10 people. You want it to be intimate, or you limit it to the number of characters in the film. So maybe even 6, 8 people. And while you're there, you allow each person to choose a character. You create this LARP and you give people the opportunity to live the experience of this film. Maybe you bring them to a venue of where you did the film, right? I'm thinking of the bar that we rented for Missed Connections and just like bringing all the people to that bar and having them engage, play around in the scene, letting them become a part of the story by deciding what would they have done, right? And then maybe after they can write down how they changed the story, put it in a box. And then after the event, you could release all these alternate timelines on your social medias, on your website for the larger audiences that weren't able to be there. Then from there, there'd be people that are like, ooh, that sounds super fun. I want to do that. Then you do a series of these pop-ups and they would all be intimate. They'd all be small. You would charge for them. That would be the way of fundraising for your next event or just raise a fundraiser, an Indiegogo campaign. But yeah, that's a way that you could take that art and transform it into an experience by making it playable. Now, if you were to not make it playable, but instead make it layered. Ooh, you're making it layered. You're going to make it layered by doing what? Okay. You're going to make it layered by doing like a virtual kind of tour of your house or your studio or the set, the place where you spent the most time bringing this film to life, the places that inspired you in this film. And you're going to do like a video tour with everyone. And there's going to be an element in the tour of like spot the Easter eggs, spot the people in my life, the images, the colors that you can now see I layered into I layered into the film, the ones that influenced me in the film. Maybe if you're like public on social media, they can go through your social media and see your friends and be like, oh, that character might seem like that friend, and invite them into your creative process of how your real life influenced the film and make it like a game. Again, I'm thinking like Disney Easter eggs. But if that wasn't the case for this film at all, you could also make it layered by releasing like a special edition or hosting a special screening or something. And that could come with like a recipe book of everything that the main character eats or drinks. I was thinking signature cocktail first. Or you could, work with your friend's bar and create a signature drink that's created after this film. And for, a month, a pop-up time, you can go to this bar to enjoy this drink. Feel like you're a part of that film. And every purchase from that drink, 50% of it goes towards funding the next film, right? And for a true fan, for someone who really enjoyed that experience, that gives them the opportunity to both step into that world and support your work in a way that feels meaningful, but also, they're gaining that experience of it. And then they get to meet other people at the bar that were also into your films and friends. Okay, so we're going to choose one more way that you can make this into an experience, the same context. Make it interactive. Ooh, okay, make it interactive. We had this film, we had the thing, we're preparing for our next film, and we want to turn these followers into fans by making an interactive experience. Okay, awesome. The thing that comes to mind for me with this one is do an auction for people to come with you on the site visit, right? This brings people into the experience. Maybe you could do a raffle for people to come with you on the site visit, or be there in the casting session if that feels good for you, and bring them into that world a little bit. You could also make it interactive by holding like a giveaway for who gets to name the character, right? If you donate certain amounts to the Indiegogo campaign, you get to name a character. Make it interactive by helping people choose what's the next cover, things like that. Little ways to bring people in the world, low stakes, but it helps them feel like they've made an impact, made a difference in the art. So we'll leave it at that. I hope those gave you some ideas, some starting points. This is like, that was a lot of pressure for me. Because like I said, I did not prepare this video. This was all in the moment. You're experiencing it in real time with me. But just to get those ideas, those juices flowing of how can I use past art or future art to create an experience, to build community around my art in a way that feels mutually reciprocal for both me as a creator and my fans as my audience. And through this process, by making things experiential, creating and keeping those 1,000 true fans. All right, so subscribe to the channel if you aren't yet. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of video, if you try out the game for yourself. It's interesting to watch the part of myself that's like, this is weird, or no one wants to see content like this. Anyway, that's it for today. We're rolling with it. Go spend 15 minutes on your